This is that slumpy hour. The storm came through. It's trying to get me a little sleepy.
That's true. The sun is coming out now, though. You know, it's supposed to
I
wake
know
you
it
up.
does look good.
A little late afternoon sunshine. But yeah, this 3 to 4 o'clock window can be a little tough sometimes. So I'm glad I got to book it with you, because I'm sure with your energy, it's going to just perk me back up again, man.
Well, it's good to see your face. Are you at the home office?
I am. Yes. I've been home. I feel like I haven't left this room in a month. And I've been jamming away, bro. Just Zoom. I've become very Zoom friendly. And but this has been the home office for sure. So I see both of us have our little library behind us. We want to send that subliminal message that we actually read. You know, it's good.
That's exactly what we're trying to do. I want you all to read and think that I read, which I do. I got some great ones behind here. I'm sure you got some great ones behind you there too.
I do. Yeah, I am an avid reader myself for sure. As you can tell, I mean, I obviously read a lot more than you do. I mean, look.
I got to step my bookshelf game up. Now I got bookshelf envy. Giving you a call.
You got some shelf envy, that's for sure. I actually got the same microphone as you too, bro.
You got the Yeti.
Look at the Yeti, man.
The blue Yeti, not just any Yeti.
Well. It's amazing. We are really on the same wavelength over here.
We are, Don, and I felt that since the moment I met you in person. I knew it would be. And that's
I am a fan of this Yeti, though, man. I'll tell you, this thing is money.
This thing is money, and it's actually good if you have someone on the other side. You know, you got the buttons, the settings on the back. It can pick up some good audio around you too.
Yeah. Well, I'm not as technical with as I'm sure you are, but it's gotten the job done for me.
I'm here for you. I'm always by myself anyway. I've been tucked away for about a month too in here in my home office, so with my small bookshelf. But
how's your son doing? He's staying busy?
He's doing great. Yeah, he's staying really busy for sure. 4-year-old's got more energy. You think I got energy?
Well, he knocks it out of you, that's for sure.
Yeah, he does. But we've been doing the homeschool thing, and luckily he's only got basically art class because he's 4 years old, hasn't gotten into school yet.
Right.
So we got the easy end of the stick. Mom's working from home. I'm here. And that's what we're talking about, pivoting the business today, because you, like I said, I met you in person. That's your business. And once this thing went down, we were physically distancing. I wanted to know how you pivoted your business to be able to utilize technology and still keep that relationships and make them grow stronger. I want to hear what you did.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, it's been a fun month, challenging but fun for sure in different ways. I had some familiarity with Zoom prior to this whole thing going down, because I had used certain aspects of Zoom over the last year. I think I might have told you that I part of my role is I also do consulting for people that do what I do, but do it in different markets of other parts of the country. And so there's about 20 people that I coach. And so every now and again, I used to have these like group Zoom sessions for that audience, and would train them and just share ideas. And we would talk back and forth about, various masterminding type topics. So I had some familiarity with Zoom. I hadn't done a lot of like one-on-one, sales presentations or anything like that via Zoom. But so that was definitely new. But I had some confidence that I can take the majority of my business, put it onto a virtual platform, and not have to miss too much of a beat. So as you know, Tampa Bay Real Producers does feature a lot of social events, though, that are designed for the opportunities to build the relationships with the top 500 real estate agents in Tampa Bay and brokers, and then obviously the partners of Real Producers. So knowing that was not really going to be something that we can entertain, we were supposed to have a awards banquet that we were excited about this month, actually, April 16th. So that obviously got canceled. Mm-hmm. And I had to think pretty quickly of some ways that we can still integrate a social event and connections that brings, but try to do it virtually. And so you might have seen some promotion. We made an announcement that we changed our April 9th monthly panel that we were doing in person, that you helped me host a couple of months back now. I guess that was, what the heck was that, February, I think?
Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, that was a great event that we had.
And really so we did one virtually, and it went really well. It was kind of a webinar type feel with Chris McLaughlin and Ray Mahara and Bob McDougall and Rachel Sartine Tenpenny. And
awesome panel.
It was a great panel. I thought I got great feedback from it. And it was very relevant, I think, to what's going on, since I had to adopt and change our topic of discussion to how to really kind of navigate this market with certainty in very uncertain times. So I thought it was a relevant idea that people were excited to be a part of. And we had over 150 people that joined us for the webinar. I just recently ended up posting it up on our social media stuff, so people can check that out if they missed it. But yeah, that was cool. So I definitely got some confidence from realizing that we can still do a lot of things that we were used to doing, just putting it up on a virtual panel. And then the more that I've been kind of talking to clients of mine, talking to peers of mine that are in this line of this franchise model that I'm in, I've been finding other ways, creative ways to also add value. Just this week, we started doing one-on-one, just like we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
I have one-on-one vendor interviews that are scheduled. I have one literally right after this, and I have more this week that I'm going to record, and we're going to put them up on our social media so that I can help bring some awareness to each one of my partners in front of the agents on a digital way. And so it's kind of neat, because I feel like the innovation that's coming from everything we're going through, for smart business owners that are being forced to innovate and change right now, I feel like it can really make a lasting impact on their business for the long term. There's some inconveniences, of course, short term that we're all dealing with, but long term, I think, a smart, flexible business owner is going to see a lot of value out of everything that can come out of this, if they're adapting and making changes proactively.
Well, I knew that you were adapting to these changes. That's why I wanted to get you on here today, because being a person who's coaching, doing belly-to-belly meetings, and bringing in a lot of value in person, I wanted to talk to you about how you were pivoting and what do they say? The necessity is the father of invention, or I don't know how that went.
Yeah, I've heard that quote before, something like that. You might have butchered it a little bit, but yeah,
I did definitely butcher it. I butchered it, but the whole spirit is that you're coming up and innovating and pivoting your business. And it sounds like you were a little reluctant on Zoom. You've done it a little bit, but now you've just really taken it on, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, that definitely forced to embrace other aspects of it that I was just unfamiliar with. So it took a little bit of education to just kind of figure out the different ways to use it from a group perspective and obviously individually. But it's definitely a blessing, because I try to think about where would we be if we didn't have that access to technology right now, and there would be a lot more challenging than maybe some of the stuff we're all going through. So thankfully, we still are producing the monthly magazine. Nothing changes on that front. We're still producing content, still, delivering and mailing those top 500 magazines on a monthly basis. So that's still going well, and processing those deadlines. But Zoom especially has allowed us to be able to find some other innovative ways to add value to these relationships. And I think that's something we're still continuing to tap into a little bit.
Yeah, I love it. And it gets me the opportunity to see your face and mastermind and to talk about how you're changing your business up. I wanted to ask you too, you're a coach, and I want to get a top tip from a coach right now on what tip would you give someone right now in a position? There's a lot of people in this position that have to change the way they are doing business. What have you learned? What can you tell us?
Well, I think just like with most things in business, everything really starts mentally, right? It starts with our mental approach to change. Some people are very good at adapting to change, and they, in some cases, thrive on change.
Mm-hmm.
Other people, and these are business owners and non-business owners, but other business owners, when change occurs, whether it's something that was forced upon them or something that they actually initiated, it can cause a lot of uncertainty and a lot of anxiety. And so I think identifying first the reality that, listen, you may or may not be comfortable with what's going on with all of the change, because there was a lot of change just kind of thrusted on us on a pretty short period of time. But taking a step back and realizing that somebody once told me this quote that I think I try to operate by, which is that the only difference between an obstacle and an opportunity is our attitude towards it. And I think if I'm coaching someone, that's really the first thing I'm trying to identify is, are they viewing this whole environment that we're going through from a business perspective? Is this being viewed as an opportunity or being viewed as an obstacle? And if you're viewing it as an obstacle, it's easy to be paralyzed with fear, because God knows all you got to do is watch the media for 15 minutes and you can be fearful very, very quickly, as we all know. But if you think about it through the lens of opportunity and you view yourself as a leader, which all business owners are in some way, shape, or form, then all of a sudden this is a totally different ballgame, because it could be exciting. It could be a chance to stand up and stand out in your market when other people aren't. It's a chance to differentiate yourself in your industry when other people aren't. That's why, if you study all the people that become the wealthiest people in the history of society, it's usually during winter seasons when the economy is tanking, when things are really not going well, and there's a lot of fear that's being parroted all over the place, that the wealthiest people, step into opportunity when that's the case. It's the whole Warren Buffett quote, right? Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful.
I didn't want to butcher another one. I knew he had a great one, but I'm glad you said it.
That's a good one for sure. Yeah, no doubt. I've been using that one a lot over the last 30 days.
That's a real good one. Well, you didn't butcher that one at all. And you speak with a lot of top business leaders in the area because you're working with and bringing a lot of value to the top 500 real estate agents. What are you hearing from agents that you're still connecting with at this time? What are you hearing as a common theme, or any tips you've picked up from them over this last month or so?
It's funny because a lot of the agents that I get a chance to develop relationships with, many of them have been through the 2008, 2009 cycle and have seen ebbs and flows in the economic environment historically. Not all of them. There are definitely people I come across who are rising stars that we actually feature on a regular basis that are in their first couple of years, and they only know a great economy as to what they've experienced. But I have found that most of these top producers understood that those down economies were really is what separated, the wheat from the chaff, so to speak, right? And they really understood that it was the pretenders that tend to be hurt during these types of challenging economies, and it actually, I think, refines the industry in a very powerful way. Right. When the producers, apologize for that.
Hey, somebody's joining us.
Yeah, no doubt. My phone yaps at me when it's not happy with my answer sometimes. So, the producers, though, they goes back to my earlier point about viewing it as an opportunity. They view this time as a chance to tighten up systems, and they're still working. I mean, every interview I have with an agent, I mean, they're still doing virtual listings. They're still working on closings. They're still connecting buyers and sellers. I mean, no one's sitting around, at least top people aren't, twiddling their thumbs and waiting for this to pass. They're out there working and producing and finding ways and wearing masks if they have to meet people in person. I mean, there's still people making it happen, but most of them obviously are making it happen virtually and pivoting if need be.
That's awesome. Well, there's no wondering why they're in the top 500 in Tampa Bay, being able to have seen this before and been through it, had experience. And it sounds like we appreciate your experience going through this, seeming a little reluctant to pivot your business and then really using it to increase. I would say right now we're changing, but would you say that you're increasing the relationships through technology? Are you finding that it's really allowing you to continue not only having relationships, but even strengthen them through a time like this?
Absolutely. Yeah, I really believe that the opportunities to build value, not only for my partners in Tampa Bay Real Producers, but also for the agents that we consistently feature, the opportunity to make quality introductions for those agents to my partners. We run a monthly mastermind that we're running tomorrow. I think you might actually be on it, but it's from 9.
I will be on tomorrow. Yes.
It'd be great. We're doing it from 9 to 10:30, and it's, for partners or real producers only. And it's an opportunity to knock ideas around each other, things that are working, things that they're trying, things that maybe aren't working as well. But I have a couple of ideas of stuff that I've seen working already in various markets across the country with the Real Producer platform that I'm excited to get people's input and discussion on, because I do believe that we can sometimes, when things are really kind of going well, most people don't take as much time to innovate when things are going well, right? They ride the wave. They enjoy what's good, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the kind of human nature. But when we get, shocked in a way like we are, and when things hit us, whether it's the economy or other things, even personal challenges sometimes, that's usually when some of the best ideas come out of that for people that are thinking, proactively. And so, like I said earlier, I do firmly believe that some of these ideas that we've already started to develop and that we will continue to develop this week, and as long as this continues to happen, are going to fuel a great second half to this year, as well as, I tell my partners, I want you to be thinking about what this is going to mean for your business over the next 12 to 18 months, because if they're viewing out about the opportunities that they're establishing now and how they're investing in the right relationships now, a lot of times those payoffs don't necessarily come overnight, but in 12 to 18 months, it can be explosive if they take advantage of things now.
Yeah, talking about being proactive and being able to plant in the winter and be able to prepare in the winter for the time when the spring does come back. And I just want to tell you, I respect you as a leader, business owner, and a human as well. I really appreciate having you on today. You've already got some nuggets here on this video that I knew we would capture from you. I appreciate you joining us today.
No worries, man. I appreciate you inviting me. This is awesome. You're an influencer yourself, man. Everyone knows Ryan Owens, the video guy. So when you ask me to jump on, I'm like, hey, man, anything to be in front of Ryan and hang out with my buddy for a couple of minutes, I'm down with that.
I learn from everybody that I talk to, and that's no exception with you. I'm always learning something getting near you. So anytime I can, I'm jumping on it. So I'll see you at the mastermind tomorrow, and thanks for jumping on with us today.
No worries, buddy. You have a great day.